Hello everyone, this is a Kenken puzzle number 3 from Conceptis Puzzle. In this puzzle there is only one operation and this is a multiplication marked right here. Okay, let's try to solve this puzzle. These two cells produce a number 8. There is only one possible combination to make number 8, and the numbers are number 2 and number 4. Now, what happens with this number 140? Number 140 can be divided by number 7, which leads to the number 20, and number 20 can be divided by number 5, which will result in the number 4. And this is the unique combination of three numbers to get the number 140. And this combination is right here for 5 and 7. Now, what happens with these two numbers, 336 and 42? Let's see. 336 can be divided by number 3. And the result is 112. This 112 can be divided by number 2. It's 56. And 56 can be divided by number 7. And the result is a number 8. At this moment, the conclusion is that in these 4 cells has to be number 7. Same is with number 42, because 42 can be divided by 7 and the result is a number 6. There is also number 7 here. Now, there is 2 7s and there is 2 rows. Rows number 6 here and rows number 7 here. The consequence of this fact is that here cannot be number 7. Here, for example, if here is number 7, one of these 3 cells has to be number 7. Or if one of these 3 cells in this area is number 7, the result is that here has to be number 7. In both cases, there is no possibility to have number 7 here in these 2 cells. And here cannot be number 7. If here is number 7, and number 7 has to be here in this cell. Now, what happens with this number 210? Let's try to do some calculations. 210 divided by 7 is a number 30. And number 30 can be divided by number 5, which leads to the number 6. Okay, what are the relevant combinations? First combination is 1, 5, 6 and 7. And the second combination, instead of this number 6, numbers 2 and number 3, and the remaining numbers 5 and 7. Which of these two combinations is relevant? Let's try to do with combination 2, 3, 5 and 7. In these 4 cells there is a number 2 and here has to be number 4. But in these 4 cells there is a number 5. Number 2 and number 5. And the consequence is that here has to be also number 4. And this is impossible to have the same number in the one column or row, and the consequences is that here 1, 5, 6 and 7 is the relevant combination for this situation. 1, 5, 6 and 7. 1, 5, 6 and 7, and finally 1, 5 and 6, because 7 is already here. Now, in these 4 rows there is a number 5, and here at the bottom of this column cannot be number 5, here is a number 4. And if here is a number 4, here is a number 5. And further, if here is a number 4, here cannot be number 4, here is a number 2. And if here is a number 2, here is a number 4. Column 7 has already 6 numbers, and here has to be number 3 remaining number for this column. Now, this 42 is the combination of 1, 6 and 7, but here, because here is already number 3, cannot be number 6. This number 6 is replaced with numbers 2 and 3, and of course the remaining numbers 1 and 7. And here has to be just numbers 1 and 2, and here 1, 2 and 7, and here 1, 2 and 7. Okay, the next step is to see what will happen with number 144. Can be divided by 2, it's a 72. 72 can be divided by 2, and the solution is 36. There is just two combinations, for example 2, 2, 6 and 6. This is the impossible combination because there are two pairs of same numbers, and it cannot be placed here in this situation. And another possibility to have 4 instead of these 2 2's, and instead of this 6, number 2 and number 3, and the remaining number 6. This is the second possible solution, and number 4 cannot be here. Number 4 is here, and these 3 remaining numbers are 2, 3 and 6, 2, 3 and 6, and 2, 3 and 6. Because there is a number 2 here at the bottom of this column number 6 cannot be number 2, here has to be number 1. If here is a number 1, here has to be numbers 2 and number 7. Okay, now there is some conclusion related with the number 7 in the row number 1, number 90 and number 60 in these areas cannot be a number 7 because these numbers are not divisible by number 7, and consequently here has to be number 7. Now, what about number 168? Let's see what happens here. 168 divided by 2 is a number 84. 84 divided by 2 is 42. And finally, 42 divided by 7, it's a number 6. For sure, there is a number 7 here in these 4 cells, and the only possible place for number 7 is right here. Now what happens with this number 84? 84 is also a number with the number 7, which is clear right here, and the only possible solution for number 7 is right here in this cell. And number 7 is here, here and here in the rows number 3, 4 and 5, and there is only one possible solution to make a number 7 right here in this cell. And of course here cannot be number 7, here cannot be number 7. Here is a number 7 in this cell. What else? Here number 336 has also number 7 because this is the combination. 336 is a number 7 here, and the numbers which are a combination of numbers 4, 7 and 1. For example, number 336, there is a number 7, and number 6, this is a number 6, and remaining numbers are, this is a number 6, and the remaining numbers are from the number 8, 2 and 4, and the combination is 2, 4, 6 and 7 for the number 336. Here cannot be number 7, and here cannot be number 7. Here has to be number 7. If here is a number 7, here in the same column has to be number 2, and here will be number 7. The combination R is 2, 4, 6 and 7, and obviously here has to be number 2. And finally numbers 4 and 6. And in the row number 7 there is just one place to have a number 5 right here. Now there is some conclusions related with number 5 right here. Every area which contains a number with last digit 0 has to have a number 5 in it. For example, this number 180 has to have number 5, but the number 5 is here, and here cannot be number 5, and the consequences is that here has to be number 5 in one of these 3 cells, and here cannot be number 5. Okay, what about the number 5 in these 3 areas with numbers 420, 90 and 60? It has to be 3 numbers of 5, and there are 3 rows. This is the same situation like it was for the number 7 here. Here in these 3 rows there are 3 5s, which leads to the conclusion that here cannot be number 5. Number 5 cannot be here, and the last remaining position for the number 5 is here. Here is a 1 and 6. Let's do it. Here is a 1, 6, and here is a number 5. The second way of thinking to produce this number 5 would be that here cannot be number 5 in 168, and here cannot be number 5 in 84, and the last remaining position for the row number 4 to get number 5 would be right here. Okay, what happens with this number? Number 84, what are the combination? 84 can be produced with the combination 1, 2, 6 and 7, because there is a 4 cells. Is there any other possible combination for produce a number 84 with 4 cells, 4 numbers? Yes, it is. Instead of this 2 and 6, it can be 3 and 4. And for example, 1, 3, 4 and 7. But the number 4 is already here, and it cannot be in neither of these 3 cells. And the consequences is that here is the final solution for the number 84. number 2 is here and number 2 is here, cannot be number 2, and here is a number 2. And finally, numbers 1 and 6 would be here and here. 1, 6 and 1, 6. Here is a 1, 6 and here is a 1, 6. Here cannot be number 6 right here. And here cannot be number 2 because number 2 is already here. Here is a 3 and 6. What happened with number 1, 8, 0? Let's see what we can do here. It can be divided by 2. The result is this one. And 90 divided by 2 is a 45. And 45 can be divided by, for example, number 5, and the result would be 9. This is a 3 and 3. What are the combinations? Let's see what we can do here. Here can be, for example, number 4, 3, 3, and 5. These two 2's, 4, 5, 3, and 3. This is the first combination. Another combination could be, for example, 6, 6, 5, and 1. And another combination would be, for example, stay with the number 2 here, 6, 3, and 5. 2, 6, 3, and 5. I think that are all possible combinations right here. Okay. Is it possible to get this combination here in these 4 cells? There is a number 2 here, but number 2 is already here, here, and here cannot be this combination. What about this combination? There are 2 6. One of these 6 has to be here, and another 6 has to be one of these 3 cells. But there is a combination of parameters 1, 5, and 6. And here is here has to be the numbers 1 and number 6. And it cannot be because here has to be 1 or 6. Here would be 1 and 6, and here cannot be one of these 2 numbers. And here the situation, it cannot be this combination. The last remaining combination is this one, 3, 3, 4, and 5. Because there are 2 3's, here has to be number 3. And the remaining 3 numbers are 3, 4, and 5. Here is a 4 and 5. Here is a 3, 4, and 5. And here is a 3 and 5. Now here are the 2 numbers 1 and 6 and 1 and 6. This is the combination of 5 multiplied by 6 is number 30. Here has to be number 1. And of course, if there is a number 1 here, here has to be number 6, here has to be number 1. If here is number 6, here has to be number 4. If here is number 4, here is a number 6. And if it's a number 1, here is a number 6. Now, the situation is that in the row number 5, there are already 6 numbers, and the remaining number is a number 2. Now, here has to be number 3 or 6 for the row number 4. And if there is a combination of numbers 3 and 6 here, 3 and 6 here, here cannot be number 6. Here will be number 1. if here is a number 1, here has to be number 6. Now, there is a situation with the numbers here in the column number 1 and the area of 169. This number can be produced with a couple of combinations. Let's see what we can do here. Here can be a number 4, 6, 7, and for example number 1. This is a not possible combination because there is a number 1 here already. Another combination would be, for example, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 7. Instead of number 2 and number 6 would be number 3 and number 4. And this is the good combination because here can be number 4, 3, 2, and number 7. Here cannot be number 6. And here cannot be number 3. And finally, here is the number 4, right here. If here number 4, here has to be number 6. Now, if here is a number 6, here cannot be number 6, here is a number 1. Here cannot be number 6. Just numbers 2 and 3. Now, here has to be number 10 because 220 divided by 42 is a number 10 and the numbers are 2 and 5. And the remaining number here in the column number 2 is a number 3. Now, when 90 is divided by number 3, the remaining number is number 30. And number 30 has a couple of combinations, but number 30 cannot have a number 2 and number 3. 30 divided by 5 is a number 6. And number 6 can be divided by 2 and number 3. But here cannot be number 2 and number 3. And it has to be numbers 1, 5, and 6. Here is the 1 and 6. Here has to be number 5. And here has to be number 1 because this is a number 6 here. And here has to be number 6. Now here is a number 4. And here, of course, cannot be number 4, just 3 and 5. Okay. Now, here are the two numbers, remaining numbers, that are 1 and number 5. Here is the number 1. Here can be number 5. Here is the number 1. And here, of course, there is no number 5. Here is the number 3. And here is the number 5. Here is the number 5. Here cannot be number 5. Cannot be number 2. Cannot be number 2. Cannot be number 3. And the final solution is that here has to be number 4. And here has to be number 3. And this is the final solution. Thank you very much.